Parenting Junkie.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Parenting Junkie, the place to love parenting and for parenting from love. Today I'm going to be answering the common question, why doesn't peaceful parenting work? And if this is the type of content that speaks to you, then head on over to theparentingjunkie.com and sign up for email updates so that you're sure never to miss an episode and so that I can send you a free gift, a meditation from moi. A comment that I often see is this. This one's from Janice. So I totally got on board with this peaceful parenting thing, but it doesn't work. My kids don't listen to me and they're not respecting me. This idea that being a peaceful, respectful, conscious parent doesn't work is rooted in a few fallacies and a few mistaken ways of thinking. Here's the first thing that I want to point out about this comment. Being a peaceful person, awakening to consciousness, being respectful of others and being kind isn't something that we do in order to manipulate others to behave in a certain way. It can't work or not work. It's not about getting a specific outcome. Being a peaceful parent and a respectful person is like choosing to be a peaceful and kind person in the world, and just extending that respect to our children as well. It's not about another method or tactic to get our children to contort themselves and be obedient. We're so conditioned to have these 1, 2, 3 tricks and these methods for getting children to behave in the ways we want them to, and we expect immediate gratification. But peaceful parenting isn't another method or trick. It isn't a way of getting your children to be more collaborative or cooperative, although that is usually a happy side effect, and we'll talk about that soon. Here's the second thought I have. When it comes to getting blind obedience from children, nothing works except for fear and then some more fear. If you want blind obedience and you want your children to respect you without earning their respect, then all I have to say is lots of luck. I know of no ways to get blind obedience without using punishments, fears, coercions, manipulations, and bribes. So if that's the path you want to go down, it says much more about you than about what you're trying to get from your children. Why are you looking for blind obedience? Why are you looking for respect without earning that respect? Of course, we all want our children to be cooperative and collaborative. We all want our children to listen to us and to care about our opinions. I get it. And there are certain safety rules, health rules, expectations and guidelines, limits that we all have to set as parents. But expecting children to just snap to it and listen to us blindly all of the time is a strange expectation, and one that frankly I don't understand. But if you want to understand more about why I don't have obedience as a goal in my parenting, then check out my video all about why obedience isn't my goal. The next reaction I have to this comment is that peaceful parenting isn't a quick fix in the pan thing where you expect immediate results. Like I said, it's not about getting those results or manipulating someone, but even when we are looking to foster change through peaceful parenting, we can't expect it to work immediately. It's about investing in a long-term relationship. It's about forging habits and connection that are rooted in respect day in, day out, and moment by moment interactions, and choosing empathy and kindness again and again over punishments and yelling and shaming. So it's about building a relationship with our child that we're hoping to invest heart and soul in and to see it all the way through our whole lives. It's not about getting them to do something right now. Peaceful parenting builds emotional skills, builds communication skills, builds self-concept and resiliency. And it builds these things over time and through many, 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 many years of practice. It's not about this moment and how your child responded today or how you behave today. It's accumulation of how you spend these years together and how you handle conflict in your family as time goes on. But my final thought is this. Peaceful parenting is not permissive parenting. And if something isn't working, if you have realistic expectations that are age appropriate and you need to set a limit and it's not working, then that's because you're not parenting effectively and setting a limit firmly, clearly, and with authority and leadership. Children absolutely do need us to set those limits clearly and acutely, but not through punishments and yelling and shaming, which is how we're usually taught to set them. Peaceful parenting is not about permissiveness. It's not about saying, well, I asked nicely and it's not working, so now I'm out of tools, I give up. Right? It's not about giving up. We are there holding limits. We are there making sure that things get followed through on. We are there holding ourselves and our children accountable and holding high expectations for high levels of cooperation, collaboration, kindness, connectivity, and communication. So if you think peaceful parenting is about just asking nicely or saying, please, can you do this? And then being really dumbfounded and standing there without tools and not knowing what to do if not, then you're missing a whole chunk of the peaceful parenting philosophy, and that is setting limits. Setting limits, we usually think of doing so only through anger, through yelling and through threatening, right? If you don't do this, I'm gonna do that. If you do this, I'm gonna take away that. I'm counting to 3, etc., etc. We have a whole arsenal of threats and punishments that we can dish out. And even people who are committed to peaceful parenting like myself will often go that route because it's our default. Or you might be defaulting to permissiveness where you said, well, I tried, and you just completely give up holding any expectations on your children and following through on your requests. Look, there is an entire third way of interacting with children that is neither permissive nor punitive. This is the peaceful way. This is the way where, yes, I have expectations and I hold you to high standards. And yes, I will set limits on your safety, on your health, and on treating others with respect. But I won't do so by shaming you or by neglecting you. I'll do so by being there and showing you time after time how to follow through and how I want you to behave, by teaching you effectively. I might do this primarily through modeling in my own behavior, but also through tools that actually set limits on the child themselves when that's necessary. And if this is the area that you're not sure about, then I have a whole course dedicated just to breaking this down to extremely practical steps, including scripts that can help you to say the right words that actually will help you be effective. But even more important than the words you use, to have the right intentions and to follow through, to take action, not to be a passive and helpless and powerless parent in the face of normal childhood rebellions. I don't accept this idea that peaceful parenting doesn't work. It's not about working. That's kind of like saying being kind doesn't work. Well, do you want to be a kind person? Do you want to be a peaceful person? Then that's great. Now, what does need to work is your tools for setting limits and your tools for holding healthy boundaries. When you can hold healthy boundaries without becoming angry, then you're pretty much there. None of us get there perfectly, and it's totally a journey, but it's absolutely possible. So if you want more on this, then head on over to my course. And either way, go to theparentingjunkie.com and sign up for email updates so that you're sure never to miss an episode. And I can chat to you about some stuff that only happens over there in email. Keep on loving parenting and parenting from love, because your kids need you almost as much as you need them. Bye!
The Parenting Junkie.